Hi everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. How's everyone doing today? It's a beautiful day here in the UK, autumn day. We're having a late autumn this year. You can see we've got the greenery. I think that's probably to do with the timeline switches. Mother Nature doesn't know where she is. So thank you for all your likes, comments and shares from the last video, and the universe has chosen a winner. Ever Hibbard 107, you're the winner. So if you'd like to contact me via the gillianengland.com contact page, we can arrange a session. If you weren't a winner this time, I will be offering these promotions in future. It's a way of the universe providing services to people who it feels needs a session. All right, what we're going to talk about today. I think what I'm going to talk about firstly is this: remember to stay out of fear. There's still a lot of fear going around, you know, even for the most enlightened people and people living spiritual lives. I've noticed they still quite often step into fear. And I'm going to quote a saying from, I think it was John Lennon. He famously said, everything will be all right in the end, and if it's not all right, then it's not the end. And that's pretty much where I'm coming from. You know we're in these end times, and life really is getting crazy out there, but I just want to say that everything's going to be okay. I know this. I'm 100% certain. I know everything's going to be okay. Yes, we might have a bumpy ride, but stay out of fear, because it's the fear that's keeping anything going. You know, if you focus on fear, then that's what you will have in your life, and that's what the energy you'll be coming on. The higher vibe you can stay, the easier life is. And you know, I remember, I might have said this story before, when I was learning to drive, my driving instructor said, if you're overtaking a horse or a cycle, don't put your focus of attention on the horse or the cycle, because you will hit the horse or the cycle. Put your eyes on the road where you want to go. And that's really important at these times. You know, really focus on the life you want. Stay out of fear, switch off the news. Most of it's a psyop anyway, as we know, even though some innocents get caught up in that, and that's really unfortunate. But you know, you don't have to pick sides, you don't have to stay in fear. You can stay in heart-centered appreciation of life, and then everything is much easier to deal with. Another thing that I'm noticing in the collective, and this has definitely come on in my in the perception of people that I come into contact with, is there seem to be a lot of final pushes for people to clear out their old karma. So in 2020, I think we all got, by the grace of God, the chance to karma neutralize ourselves, work through our karma, unlock the shadows of ourselves and work on it, heal it, and become karma neutral. I'm noticing a lot of people around me seem to be getting final tests, really, in an attempt for the higher selves, as pushing them to step away from the thing that they need to step away from. So if their Achilles heel, for example, would be ego, they're getting lots of tests in, are you stepping into that ego self, or flattery, are you being flattered and getting inflating your ego from that kind of thing. So there's just so much coming up for people, and the wisest way to deal with this is just be in awareness of it, you know, recognize it and use discernment. I was talking to a friend last night, and they recently had a challenge, and I was just saying, you know, if you want to use discernment, the way I would do it is try to be the observer in the situation. You know, if you meet somebody new who's flattering you and love bombing you and telling you how special and spiritual you are, for example, be the observer. Be the observer that this is what they're doing, and just take a note of it without sort of jumping in and getting emotional. But notice your emotions. How is your body responding to them? What's your instinct saying? What's your intuition saying? And another way to do this, if you are trying to determine somebody's truth, say you're watching a video and you're trying to work out the truth of them, discern them, switch the sound off and watch them, and try to tune into what they are saying without the sound, because then you might get a different impression. Just a few little tips and ideas, you know, as discernment is really important. And I just want to share a little story. So, as you know, both of my books are now on Amazon. Spiritual Development in 5D is my new one, and Enchanted Earth. You can find them both on Amazon. Just put Gillian England in the Amazon search and they both come up. Yeah, so for the few weeks before my books were released, I was under the most massive demonic attack. Now, I know how to protect myself. I put myself, my family and my space in really high vibe, so they can't actually get to me. But what they do is do it inadvertently. I don't know if that's the right word, but they do it so it wasn't the people near to me, it was the people secondary to me that I was under such demonic attack. They didn't want the book out. They tried every single trick in the book not to get the book out. I had distorted files. I had people absolutely tearing a strip out of me for no reason. But I you know, when I'm saying about using discernment, when this was happening, I absolutely just stood there and watched it as an observer. Instead of jumping in and getting defensive and going with that, I just stopped and observed it, and I knew that it was because they didn't want my book out. But you know, it's a case of just keep going, keep going, keep going. I knew that was my war effort, and I knew that I would just keep going no matter what. So, you know, God wins, the books are out, and we just keep going, don't we? And that's all we can do. So, you know, stay out of fear, just keep going, use your discernment, stay in love, find something joyful, find something that makes you happy, and be kind to yourself. Please like, share and subscribe if you like my videos, and sending you all lots of love. You can find me on Telegram, you can find me on GillianEngland.com, and you can find me on Amazon. Lots of love. Bye for now.